surprise me. Happy Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. A crowded room, friends with tired eyes. I'm hiding from you, and you're so of ice. My God, I thought you were someone to rely on. Me, I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. The face of a lover with a fire in his heart. A man undercover, but you told me apart. Ooh, now I found a real love. You'll never fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
Yay, Christmas. All right, all right. Before we get started with the escapist, there is something we must do first. One second. How big do I want to be? Let's do like that. I had to adjust it since the last time I was a different model. But anyway, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I don't know why. But reindeer nose for Rudolph. I made that way too small. Okay, now I can adjust. Not good? Does that fit? That's so huge. Let's see. Let me bring it down a little bit. And playing. I look like a clown. Oh well, oh well. It's in the spirit. Okay, and then ears. And now I'm Rudolph. Why is the nose so big? I look like a Minecraft villager. Let's see. Let me see if I can make it small. There we go. Okay, maybe that's good. Now I just. Oh. Oh gosh. Okay. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. I will be rude. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. There we go. And now I'm Rudolph. All right. Let me load up the game. I didn't get it loaded up yet because it takes the full screen. Okay, good. I had to make sure I'm unmuted because last time I was muted for the whole beginning of the video. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think it needs to be full screen. Maybe there's a way I can take it off full screen. If it will load. It was just working yesterday. Last Christmas. Oop, what'd I do? There you go. It looks like. Oh, wait, it's moving. I don't think this is the case like last time where kind of what happened last time? Oh yeah, I couldn't open the game because my computer kept turning off all the way. So it was working yesterday. I tested it. Please work. And so the scuff begins. What? Maybe I should have opened this first, then did everything. Too late now, though. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just have to be patient. If that doesn't work, I do have more games I can play though, but I did want to play this one. The Escapist. Played it when I was like younger, but I don't remember anything. I remember nothing. Okay, wait. Hmm. How do I get this to work? Oh wait, what if I close this? 1 second. Yeah, silly jail game. If it works. It was working yesterday. Now it doesn't want to load. Also, hi. I'm Rudolph. Hmm, what to do? What else can I close? Oh, oh, I have Discord open. Let me close that. All right. Let me try again. Yay! Oh, did that help a little bit? Did it? Did it? It was loading for longer. As in, Cactus, I know what you have, and today wouldn't be a good day to do it because my voice, my throat feels weird, so it wouldn't be a good day to redeem what you could redeem, but yeah. Hmm. Might have to go on to the next game. Also, I don't know if Ian's in here. Oh, okay. Okay, wait, who had it then? Was it Ienzo? I hope he doesn't come in redeeming it. I know someone had it. Okay. We might we might not do escape this today. Let's see. Maybe then we'll do you know the options. What do you want to see, Cactus? What would you like to see? Because I have all the games. I don't know why this one isn't working. It was working perfectly fine yesterday. Options? Oh, options. Remember the games, all the option games I sent you yesterday? You can pick one of those because Escape isn't loading right now. We'll try Escapist another day. I think what I have to do is do the game, like open the game before I open everything else, because maybe everything else is making it not be able to open. I don't know. I'm not a tech person. I'm trying to make things make sense. Okay, let me. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. Okay, let me get it. Updated patch. I don't have it. I don't have it downloaded yet. So sorry, my voice is being weird. What is it called? Our life now and forever. All right, it's installing. I should have. I should have been installed this. Listen, listen. Scuff is a part of every stream, especially my stream. It's almost there. Oh, okay. Do you want to call then? Do acorn. Okay. Let me just get everything set up. Do you have a Fugi? Would you like me to Christmasify your Fugi? Because I can Christmasify it. This is the demo. I think it might be a demo. Oh, it's a website. You go, it's called Fugi, what is it called? Fugi Tech. And then you just put an image in there. And then when you go on the Discord call, it automatically pair up. Here, I can send you the link. Oh, let me change the game. So yeah, we're not breaking out of jail today. It's cool, it's cool. Our life. Known for I think this might just be the demo though. Just let me know when you're ready. It is? Okay. Let me get a Christmas hat for you. Or an elf hat. Hmm. Let's do this one. Would rather. Or I have a better idea. I have a way better idea. Okay, okay, okay. Wait. Yay. Oops. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm a good streamer, I swear. I'm just getting things ready. Which I should have done before stream, but you know, who cares? Who cares? Okay, got the first object. Then I need the next one. Alright, so whenever you're ready, I'll I'll call. Or you can call. And I'll feel like I'm in the way. Oh, but if I move, then I have to move the ears and nose too. Oh, that's gonna be so hard. You know what? I think I'm fine here. Or I'm just, I just, I don't want to move the nose again. I just got in the perfect spot. Bing. Hello. Oh, wait, let me get the food. Yeah, it's there. There we go. Now we have cactus. Oh wait, let me put no. On with at cactus. There we go. Alright. Begin then. Huh? Yeah, I can make it smaller. Just gonna. Yes. I. Oh, do you size it up more? Like that? Okay. Alright, let me start. Welcome to our life, now and forever demo. This is the preview that includes the beginning of the game, previous and later events. Special improvements to come out. The game is complete, the entire story will be playable from start to end. However, optional paid DLCs. Very start is a brief tutorial that we skippable. You're buying every DLC? One can still be referenced all the way in step 4. Built together, the goal of our life is to let you truly live your own unique life in the quaint mountain town of Golden Grove. But there are also 2 lead characters who will grow up alongside your own MC. How do I say that name? Okay. You have the option of being the first. Oh, sure. I'll just read for myself. I talk, right? You can't do. Yes. Sorry, my voice. The first thing you'll do in our life, now and forever, is design the appearance and basic details of a character. You'll be able to select a first name, last name, and add a nickname too. You can also give your MC their general size, choose their dominant hand, and so on. The gender of the MC is customizable as well. That'll be addressed more later. The remaining parts of this section. Huh? Oh. That's me. Well, it used to be me with Sims. I don't really play Sims anymore. Um, are of many ways you can edit the appearance of your character. A cute dress-up doll icon is included to give an idea of what your playable character is like. You can change every aspect of the doll from the shape of the head and eyes, the hairstyle to the coloring of each element to what they wear. Customization can be extra unique by having the hair and/or eyes be two different colors, tweaking the exact I can't read to know the colors, flipping the direction of different elements, and more. There's even one special tint that allows you to exactly match the hair and/or eye color of your biological mom in the story. Or you can stick to preset options if you're happy with them or want to get through the customization faster. You can even randomize the MC and go with what chance gives. What you choose will be referenced in the script, and the icon image you put together will appear on the text box when your character speaks, unless you turn that element off. The game has a first-person perspective, so you don't see your MC standing alongside the non-playable characters in the normal character sprite style. The first round of designing will set some important basics like eye color and skin tone that will never change for the rest of the story, but almost everything else can be altered eventually. You'll get the option to use this screen to recustomize your MC significantly at the start of each new step. You'll be able to change your first name, nickname, pronouns, hairstyle, what they wear, add scars, etc. if you want. Along with the major recustomization sections at the start of steps, multiple times during each step, you'll also be able to alter the clothes of your MC. If you want your MC's outfit to be simple for exploring outside and nicer when they go to school, you'll be able to do that. And new decoration options, such as facial piercings, will become available once your character has gotten older. That's everything for this initial screen, so we'll let you begin. More tutorial sections will pop up. No, it's okay, go ahead. No. Customization. Okay. Can you think this through? Probably not gonna do myself though. I like making boy characters. Oh, it's this hair. It's Noshi, but curlier. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna choose the back hair first. Let's see. Oh, no. Very good. They have puffballs. Cute. I'm sorry. I love that. I might do this just because I love it. Oh, do do you change the colors here or on the next screen? Oh, oh, I see. I see. I see. Oh, oh. Well, I kind of need to see his eyes real quick. Hmm. And oh, like, wait. Oh, like this. Hmm. Oops, what did I do? Hmm. Oh wait, I forgot the hair color. What color should I do, cactus? Here. It was right. Yeah. Well, I left it as, but I looked at everything else. What, the Noshi color? Or the yellow? Oh. I think I'll do this. Hmm. My worst choices. I kind of want this one, but also this one. Hmm. Oh, okay. At certain points in the story, you may want to dress your character in special clothing that reflects their cultural heritage. This novel doesn't include such a moment, but you can still take a look at what options are currently available. More clothing options, as well as information on the currently available options, will be added in the future. Keep an eye out for updates. So wait, I can wait. Okay, that looks like that's a hoodie, right? It looks like a big bow though. Okay. Oh wait, most of these stay. Oh no, my things are gone. No hats. Mm-hmm. Oh, the ears. Mm-hmm. Mountain to outdoor game. No idea. I'm not good with names. Beauty mark. Really? Let's see. Oh. A name. Uh, I was just looking at name generators. Yeah, I'm not good when it comes to names. Oh dear. I'm trying to think if I want to make a name. Nah, that's good. Sure. Yeah. Hello from the tutorial again. Now you'll get to customize it. I can't read. I like the MC's appearance. You can make this aspect of your character as personalized as you want, or not make use of the more specific elements. Determining the gender the MC was assigned at birth, what pronouns they use, if they use multiple pronouns, adding in your own custom pronoun, selecting which gender terms they're comfortable with, and such can all be up to you. You can also change everything except your assigned gender at birth at the start of every new step. If you want to begin with one type of identity, and then have your MC go through your transition once they're older, that's completely doable. Feel free to select whatever feels the most comfortable at the stage of the story. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's that's your mom, right? So Theodore. Uh-huh. Uh, that's cool. Now that you got your own character ready, you'll be able to influence the appearance of your biological mother. She has 3 hair textures and 6 skin tones. I can't read. You can have her look as similar as different from your OC as you like. She chose to raise the child on her own and used artificial insemination to give birth to your character. The biological father never appears in the story. So, wait, what? Science? So, wait, oh. If your character happens. Ah, it can be assumed that they take after the off-screen father instead. You also get to choose what term your character refers to her by. Currently, it must be a title in order to make sense of the script. If you enter in her first name, the phrasing won't make sense. Later builds of the game may be suited for calling her by her name instead of a title. You'll also be able to change the title you use for her at the start of every new step. Her skin tone and hair texture will remain consistent for the rest of the game. Doo, doo. Hmm. And we've got the last little bit of customization before the story begins, your interface display style. First, there's your sticker. A sticker is just a charming little image that appears in certain screen graphics, such as the choice menus and, most importantly, save files. You can easily track different playthroughs by using different stickers, and your sticker can change whenever you want by clicking the info button on the sidebar and going to your details. One example to use it would be if you have a playthrough you're enjoying, but in step 2 you're not sure if you want to romantically pursue Tamarack or Tamarack or uh Kinchu. Sorry. You can take that same file, change the sticker, and make another save. One version of the story and sticker could have you dating Tamarack, and the other sticker is a separate story with you. Finally, there are two different. Hmm? No, you go. You. It's cool. Sorry, I was yawning. Finally, there are two different text box styles to choose from. A traditional visual novel arrangement with the box always along the bottom of the screen, or a more comic book style with the speech bubbles are positioned next to the one talking and at the bottom of the screen when there is a narration. You can switch between them at any time on the preference screen. If the button's simple text box is highlighted, you'll have the visual novel style. You click to unhighlight that button for the comic style. By default, both text box styles will have the icons to know who's speaking. Those can be turned on or off through your preference settings as well. Thank you for reading the beginning tutorial. I'm gonna do so tiny. Which one do you want? I think that one. Yeah. It looked like fall in Golden Grove. More than any place you'd seen before, it could be in one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors: red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now, that you were in this place. The plants and sky didn't get this way where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in the big circle of the street at the end of the road. It was a weird path to you. It couldn't take you ahead or to the sides or anywhere else, like most streets you'd gone down. This one only came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos. Before I I can't read. From stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too, because it was cold outside. Chilly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual to try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were going to freeze inside your head. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, "Oh, do you want me to screen share? Would that be easier for you to read?" I did. Oh no. Oh, there's a picture. Cactus? Cactus? Yeah. It's okay. I'll just ask when they're back. Um. Oh yeah, yeah. I can hear you. Oh, hello. 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 I can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah. That's. Um. Here you go. All right. Where was I? I don't remember. I'll just start from the beginning. This is a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you were going to stay. That was new. Your mom and you had lived in apartments before, and never for very long each time. That was until she'd gotten a big job in this not that big town and bought a big house. You wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now in that moment you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the long, round road was now your house, standing tall with two others by its side. Those buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside, and those people, in those ancient houses, were going to be your neighbors. Katie, you felt kind of mixed up inside. You were super excited about everything happening. You were mad. There wasn't much you felt about that. It all made you so sad. You felt scared. This would really be something, you thought. How much worse could it be than what it was like before? Coming there had given you hope. Maybe your future would be good. Hmm. Oh, I see. Oh. Would it be better this way? Worse? Something else? You didn't know what to think. At least your mom was still with you. This was your mom's fault. No matter what, you'd be looking out for your mom. Someone had to make sure she was okay. Do you want to voice the mom? No worries. Sorry. Oh, that was your mom's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gotten so far. That was enough to bring you comfort, and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Off the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your mom had called from. The gate was unlocked. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny gray stone walkway, that led up to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the rocks and dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. And there your mom was, standing at the edge of the porch, arms folded and waiting. She must have been moving around before because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew they were real opal stones because she'd told you before when she first got them. She also told you a long time ago that her normal name, not Mom, was Opal. Her clothes were the colors of the cloudy day after rain had already come and gone. The kind of day that could be bad. I can't. I'm sorry. It could be cold and bad or really relaxing and comforting. It depended. You wondered which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially the matching purpley cranberryness of both her hair and eyes. There were a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Mom smiled at you. It made you feel all soft and warm on the inside, as your mom was on the outside. I've seen worse junk. I've seen better places. It's beautiful. I'm gonna have my own room, right? Stinks, you said bluntly. It stinks, you said jokingly. It's okay, I guess. I hate this. You stared at her blankly. You nodded eagerly. You shook your head furiously. You refused to even look at her. Oh my god, there's so many options. Okay, I see. Character development. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling, or was some kind of some other kind of smile. She put a hand on one of the white painted poles, things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved along it. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This was a big deal to your mom. Her whole life was changing too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mom to be sad. Wait, 1 second. I I don't think your audio has been on this whole time. 1 second. Let me get that. There we go. I'm sorry. I for, I forgot to turn it on. It should be on now. Um, Only Ienzo was here to tell me. Um, I think I've turned on the one that's for Discord. Wait, speak real quick. One more time. Wait. None of them are moving. Let's see. Here, okay, let me check, like, let me just listen to the stream. Let me check. Okay. Ew, I can hear myself. Okay, speak one more time, please. Let me check. Okay. Ew, I can hear myself. Okay, speak one more time, please. Let me check. Okay. Ew, I can hear myself. Okay, speak. Oh my gosh. I still can't hear you though. Which one? Which one is it? I need to organize this better. I need. Which one's the noise? I could have sworn it was this one, right? This is the one he ends up. Wait, 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 wait. I think I know what's wrong. Okay, wait, give me a second. No, wait, because it's picking up your feet, so it should be fine. I don't like technology. Okay, 1 second. I think I know what I need to do. Okay. How do I see if the audio is working? Because it's not showing like a meter that you're speaking. Wait, I know how to check without an echo. Okay, speak, please. Okay, yeah, okay, no, I can hear you. Oh my God, how do I do this? What if I turn this up all the way? Wait. Hmm. Oh no, it's okay. Do. I don't know. Okay. Try one more time. No. Is it? Here, let me try and not. Oh my gosh. Mhm. It's okay. This is normal. This is normal here. Okay, wait. Let me try. What are the settings for these? Yeah, okay, this one says Discord. So this should be the one that has the audio. Hmm. I'll have to take that off. Okay, wait. There's a thing I can. It's okay. Okay, wait, speak. I think I heard something.
This is work.
Okay, okay, I got it to work.
Woohoo! Yippee!
I just had to make a whole new one. My
Oh
old one
god.
wasn't working. So we're just going
Technology sucks, man.
yeah. I'm just gonna delete that one. Where is it? Is it? Yeah, I'm just gonna delete it. Alright, alright. Back to what we were doing. Did you already read this one?
Yep.
Okay. She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. Oh wait, let me screen record.
Wow, visuals!
Okay. Placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level.
It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely around here. Out here, god dang it.
You perked right up at the suggestion. You jumped happily. Your eyes went wide in fear. You grasped her pants, wanting to stay together. You huffed unhappily. You frowned at her. You really shrugged. Just the neighborhood? That wasn't exciting. You wanted to go everywhere. You covered your face with your hands, not wanting to go. You turned your face away from her in defiance. Please, you weren't a baby. What could possibly go wrong? You didn't need her to say it was okay. You could look out for yourself. Mom went back to her normal way of standing, with her head up high and arms folded.
You're not having fun, I understand. If you stay here, you'll continue to not have fun, and if you leave, you also might not have fun, but maybe you will. Also, I'd suggest, don't pressure yourself to read every option. Maybe just read, like, the one you press, because there are options that are actually 2 pages.
Okay.
You might as well roll the dice. Don't stray into any of the streets today. Or just not. I can read. I can read English, don't worry about it.
Imagine just giving a thumbs up. Um, yes, Mom.
Thank you. Nope, trust you.
Are you whispering?
Aw.
Oh, you got really low.
Very low. I am speaking the loudest I've ever spoken in my entire life, thank you.
Oh, wait, were you just away from the computer?
No. My
Oh.
audio's through my headphones.
With that,
Nerd.
you spun on your heels, lifted your chin, and stumped down the stairs, back towards the sidewalk. Step 1, prologue.
Look. Prologue.
Your shoes really squished into the dirt part when you crossed from where you were down to the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain softened ground, crisp though somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school with it. You were going to be a fifth grader. It would be completely different from being a fourth grader, and not just because you'd be attending a new school. You'd be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mom was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up. But that thought didn't make you feel any better about it all. Then, before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something, and it was completely out of nowhere.
I would save.
Save? How do I save? Log?
Save occasionally because you can only scroll back so far in the log.
Wait.
It's on the left.
left.
on the top.
Oh, I didn't even know there was stuff in the left. Sorry. There.
You can also, I don't know if it's the same for you as it is for PC, but if you try right-clicking, it might do it as well. That's what it does for me.
Oh, I can't right click.
Okay.
You screamed. It was loud. Rapidly, you ping-ponged your gaze from left to right, trying to get a glimpse of the poking perpetrator. No one was there. The neighborhood was empty, except for you. You would have settled on it being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there in between the muddy brown blades of grass was something new. It's a paper airplane. Who would throw this at a stranger, and why would they disappear after doing it? As you considered those questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right, the side of the street where the tap came from. Whoever sent this to you had to have gone that way. You crouched down to grab it, while keeping a lookout to make sure nothing else snuck up on you. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker, somehow almost like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. That wasn't the only part that stood out. The page was a tan color with dark brown lines, not white and blue or white and black or something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where could paper like that have come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles, or maybe even letters. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best you could. It was true, the paper airplane had a message. Well, maybe. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were on different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Hide out. And then in the bottom corner was Theodore II. I forgot that was my last name. Your name. It had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. You scrunched up your face. A person wrote stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane, threw it at another person, and the message they sent was that? This is a mystery worth solving. Maybe the words were a code you had to break. Gonna get to the bottom of this. Someone or something had to have sent this to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds, and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half-circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes or stores, there was the car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have to bring you to the rest of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be straying too far, like your mom warned against. That was okay, you had other options. Bending in between the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped out through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was a crossroad. One led more towards where the neighborhood was, but the back further, right on the edge of where the forest started. The other went completely into the trees, a walking path for the people who lived there. You stood there at the start of this turning point in the woods, in your life, feet poised to move over the stirring thicket floor. Wait.
Do you want to
I
know
didn't.
what it
I,
determines?
uh, wait. Let me reread real quick because I didn't hear myself reading. You stood there at the start of this turning point in the woods in your life, your feet poised to move over the stirring thicket. Sure. I'll
It
hear.
determines who you meet first.
Oh,
It's up to you whether or not you want to know where you're going or just like figure it out along the way. But it
I,
determines if you're gonna meet Chi or Tomarak first.
Okay. Um, there was a path here that was definitely more worth trying than the other. You were sure of it. Something on the inside just told you so. Through line to your right. Um, I want to go down the walking path. And your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty patch, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spread across the land with a narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in the spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps with each tree's branches, flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. Let's regret it coming out. This was your kind of place. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest, away from the town, popped from a sudden, unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves, like something had crashed into them. You knew for sure that wasn't the wind. It had to have been an animal or a person, and it came from right over there. Um, You pulled up your socks and began to make your way off the path and through the overgrowth. It's an overgrowth. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to open enough space for you to get past. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snap from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plants scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as smooth of an entrance as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of the tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing, and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until stomach. Oh, you're skipping a little bit.
Uh-oh. No good.
I think it's better now. It was just for a moment. But I'm guessing you read it, yeah. There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was a kid. Who was this? Oh. You can look away from their eyes. Their head sparkly hair. Really in their hair color. You've ever seen. You stared at them, and they looked right back at you, as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Psh! Awesome! That got the stranger giggling.
Bro, my Discord says I'm not muted. I'm sad. I haven't done my
Oh,
tolerant voices. Like, here.
the jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them. dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, not cooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack, but it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question.
Oh, wow! Are your eyes two colors?
You suddenly had a stranger leaning their face closer to yours to try getting a better look at your eyes. You think it's weird? Whoever they were hummed a happy reply.
No, it's fancy.
The kid then kept talking like the whole thing didn't even happen.
Hey, are you a girl too?
Your head.
Okay, boys and stuff are just as good. What's the right answer?
I'm a boy. Oh, that's still me, sorry. And then it was all like, and then it was like all the clouds in the sky, and her head, you guessed, had cleared away.
Okay,
And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do.
I'm Tawarak.
Tamarack? That's a tree.
Yeah, you're right. A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. So what's your name? Wow,
I
hi
keep
Theodore.
forgetting to read. She greeted you with a finger spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other, and she done it 100 times.
You like it? Your name?
More.
Oh, alright. Your earmuffs are nice.
Yeah, nice. I keep forgetting to read my stuff, sorry. I like your hair tied too.
Thanks. Are you here? Did you come? Where did you come from? Are you visiting?
She piled on one question after the other, letting them bubble out like her laughter. My mom and me just moved into a house. I live here now. Oh, sorry. Tamara gasped, her large eyes opening even wider. They were full of sparkles.
Me too. I did too. I I moved to live with my Omi and Oppa. They have a house here, and I'm gonna be there now.
Where are they?
Omi and Oppa means Granny and Grandma. Grandpa. It's German.
Oh my gosh, some of these questions. Anything.
You're busy and not at home. I wouldn't go to school or do anything if I stayed there. So I'm gonna live with my Omi and Appa right now.
Okay. But our explanation wasn't finished just yet.
And I'm busy too.
You are?
Yeah. I've been here 5 days and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long, long time. Months maybe.
This is my very first day in Golden Grove.
Wow, that's barely different at all. We match. Or we're a match. I can read.
She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her.
Hey! I'm a girl and you're not, but we're both new and what if we're the same age? I'm 10.
You're 10, so am I.
Hey, same age forever.
Happily, Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. You decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about what you were doing. Do you maybe know anything about a paper airplane?
Yeah, you got it.
I did.
Woo!
She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking her bag out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her.
My aim is good.
You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd done it. You found the mystery person who made the strange paper airplane message. She was entertaining, you thought. How'd you know my name?
You told me.
No, before that.
I didn't know it before that.
What? You thought you knew what disbelief was a second ago, but hearing that made you feel it in ways you never had before. The sun looked on your face got Tamarack to add more.
The paper I used wasn't mine. It was litter in the woods. I picked it up and put it in my bag because I didn't want to leave it there on the ground. When I saw you standing on the road, I just had the idea. I could do something fun with the garbage by painting a paper airplane for you.
So you didn't write anything on it?
Yeah, I didn't.
That part makes sense, but it's still confusing.
Okay.
That was all she said. Tamarack couldn't tell you anything more. The person who wrote that strange message for you was still a mystery. You hadn't found them even after meeting the paper airplane person. You were thrilled that the mystery had deepened. This was so much more exciting than you had thought. You started thinking more and more about this, making plans in your head. Tamarack could tell something was going on with you.
You know? What did the paper say? Was it funny?
Do you think random stuff is funny? It was short, and all the parts were on different lines. The words were hello, go out, hide out, Theodore second.
What? So weird. Who would write that?
I'm not sure. It's strange. She took a big hop closer to you, a smile growing across her face as she landed.
You should keep going. I'll come too. The paper isn't very old. It would have gotten wet or eaten by bugs if it was out there in the forest for a while. We could track them down and ask them what they were doing.
You can come. I was gonna ask that. Right there. Tamrock snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy end forward the way you had come from.
We're gonna find the litter who puts weird things on paper.
And so you started to walk along the brown fall bush again, now with your new partner in the adventure. Tamarack came along from behind you with eager, skipping steps. She was right. You were going to find the note writer person who knew your name. Soon you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroad once more, but you'd brought back knowledge and this new girl with you. So what's the one we were on? You used one half-outstretched finger to point at the forest walking path, though you realized she probably didn't need you to do that. You bashfully tucked your hand around your back instead. Then, while twisting in place, you tried to keep going like nothing happened. And down there is only the road, but I haven't looked at the other way on that side. Now you tried pointing again, directing her gaze to the second dirt imprint as at this forked passage. With her lips shut into a tight line, she nodded rapidly and with seriousness. But only for a second. Then she was perky again. She was having fun and only pretending like she wasn't always so silly.
Yeah, okay. Down the tree path for you and me.
The decision easily made, your and her crunching footsteps started up again in unison. And still your quest continued. The path ended up being kind of a trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on after only a minute or two, and it became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. Tamarack hummed a happy tune, not bothered by the change in the ground at all. You made eye contact, and she started to speak words instead of music.
It's good that you're looking this way. Walking down the road that goes to the town would have been a bad idea.
Do your Omi and Oppa have a rule against that too?
I don't know.
Oh, then how come? Her eyes went wide. Whatever news she had to give must be something awful.
Theodore, you have no idea because you just got here, but I've seen it. The town here is bad. The buildings were probably new when my Omi and Opa were 10. It's old and dusty. Nobody is going anywhere or doing anything. They just live in this place, sit around, and do that forever. You could never have fun there.
She spoke gravely, giving the topic a moment of silence. After that, her spark came back, lighting up her features.
And it's all okay since it's right next to here.
Tamarack hopped along, directing her stick to the tree line at your sides.
Everything in the forest is growing or dying or changing no matter what. You look at one spot, you look at a different spot, you look back at the spot, and you'll see something new you didn't even notice before.
She spread her arms across and up in front of your face playfully.
It's magic!
Wow, you're right. Then, as you strolled even farther, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching about as high as the trees, and made out of practically the same colored wood, was a tower sort of thing. The bottom of it was mostly empty space with thin stick poles at the corner, and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck to the boards of the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with a slanty roof and railings around. Some ropes dangled off it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a treehouse, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. A squealing whisper came right into your ear. Tamarack had noticed the wood thing too.
Let's go see it.
She pulled away from the side of your head to march to the tower without waiting for you to even answer. Cautiously, you moved closer until you came to a stop because you had the shocking realization that there was something up in there at the top. Your eyes wide and your neck bent back so far you might fall over. You could make out a lumpy pile. You grabbed on the part sticking out to try climbing up there. Reaching one hand higher and the other closer to anchor yourself, you grabbed hold of different fake rocks attached to the wall. You then situated one of your feet onto the lowest climbing points. You huffed and strained your arms to pull. The foot on the rock then carried all your weight as you lifted the other into the air. It was tricky, but you got the second foot against a rock of its own that was higher up than the first. You'd made it fully off the ground.
Hello? Hello? Somebody home?
The sudden sounds of a clattering ruckus from inside the fort made you flinch in place. It was a scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. The lump stopped being just a lump. It shot up, bent right over the railing, peered down, and saw you. It was another kid. Your hands started to shake as you held yourself up against the wall. You had to step back onto the grass. The person stayed put. The silent standoff surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then, all together, one half of their mouth, one of their eyebrows, and one of their hands shifted upwards. That lopsided pose they had and the fact that they were at the top of the tower made them seem pretty in charge here.
Who are you? Why are you in my backyard?
Oh, they were in charge here. I'm looking for something. Somehow they twisted their smile and leaned over the railing even more than before.
Yeah? What are you looking for?
The fact this place takes place in Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeesh.
Oh, maybe I'm looking for you. The kid was taken aback for a second, clearly having not expected that.
You're looking for me?
They stopped being confused. Instead, they laughed. It was light and sparkly and honest.
Well, here I am. Aren't you so glad? I feel like my Chew voice doesn't sound like a 10-year-old. Probably not. The only way I know how to do a shonen dude voice.
Yeah. This person must have thought you were hilarious because they kept giggling.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
After doing her own snooping, Tamarack skipped out from under the tower to join you in the stranger's eye line. She didn't miss a beat, waving and introducing herself to the new person.
Hey, I'm Tamarack.
Hey,
At that, they pressed the palms of their hands hard against the railing, then used it to kick their legs up over the sides and throw themselves right off the fort.
he's so cool.
Whoa!
There was a powerful crunch and gust of air when the person hit the ground just a little to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crouching into a ball and making the hood of their jacket flip over their head from the impact of falling so far down. The person stayed like that for long enough that the leaves they stirred up settled quietly onto the grass again. Then the kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could have expected. Squared shoulders, chin up, and with one hand they pushed the hood down over their back again. They were confident and knew how to show it.
That's that.
Can I try jumping off there?
Maybe next time. Sometime.
They took hold of the open sides of their jacket and flapped them out, shaking off bits of sticks and whatever other stuff that got on it when they collided with the dirt.
Anyway,
They shifted their head around to get their hair back over their shoulders, the way it was before, and then jabbed a finger into their own chest.
I'm Mr. Tulin. Qiulin. It means.
Both of Chu's arms spread out openly, gesturing to the wide world all around.
Autumn, nice to meet you. What are your whole names?
Through chuckles, Tamarack put on a fake voice that was deeper than her normal one, and probably meant to sound mature.
I'm Miss Tamarack Bummin. A tamarack is a tree.
That introduction got a thumbs up from Chu.
Cool, Miss Tamarack Bauman.
Theodore second.
That was perfect, Mr. Theodore II.
Oh, but all my friends always call me Theo.
Cool. I've got a nickname too. It's Autumn, because that, like I said, that's what my name means. You can use it if you wanna.
Alright.
Wait, and also, how old are you two? You seem pretty similar to me.
Me and him are the same, 10.
She slapped his fingerless hands against the front of his chest to show just how taken aback he was.
Whoa, so am I.
Nobody else.
Huh?
Huh?
I was talking to myself, sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry. Nobody else close by was exactly 10 before, and now there's two more.
Ah, you came at just the right time.
You did. You two are gonna grow up someday, and I'm gonna grow up too, but that's never gonna stop us from being the same age. Cool.
Yeah, this is great. More 10-year-olds. My gosh. 1 second. My voice. I'm gonna go grab water.
Alrighty. I'll hydrate. It's time. This is my stream now. What did she mean? No. This is my stream now. I'm taking over. You will all be spammed with Kinito Pet. Oh my god, there's there a Christmas emote? Nice. The power of Chew Autumn Lin compels you.
What are you doing?
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna leave soon though, because I'm hungry. But you know what would be a good stopping
Understandable.
point?
Hmm?
A good stopping point?
Oh, is that a hypothetical or a genuine question?
A genuine, like, what would be a good stopping point?
There is a point right past this where the day ends and you choose your relationships with the characters. You just have to get back to the whatchamacallit, the cul-de-sac. You just gotta finish introducing yourself to Autumn.
Okay. More 10-year-olds were better than less.
But
Oh, your name Stretch. Okay, then I'll stretch real quick.
rich.
Okay, now I'm back. Okay. The talk you were having ended with a clear clap from Chi, Chi, Chi to bring it to a close.
Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you're doing. I've lived my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, in that house, and I've never seen either of you before. There's gotta be or either of you anywhere. There's gotta be something going on.
Tamarok's wide, knowing gaze met yours. You understood what you had to do. Well, you reached right into your pocket and presented the mystery paper to Chi, wanting your own explanation. But before you even said anything about it, Chi wheezed with a tight grimace. He looked as stiff as the wood tower behind him, just like that.
You're a, you're a, uh,
He stammered and babbled, and pointed his finger all around the space that was sort of in front of you, until the word finally came to him.
a sorcerer!
What?
No, wait.
Chi threw his hands up, higher towards his shoulders, the sudden movement making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought.
You're a thief. That's why you're here, to rob my house. He looks so happy at the thought that somebody's gonna rob him. Yeah, you're gonna rob my house, bro. I got the keys right here.
I'm a sorcerer and a thief.
Oh, what?
Do you really think I'm a sorcerer, Robert? I'm sorry. He got off fluttering with his laugh and the waving of his fingers.
Nah, you're just a kid. But you've got some good tricks.
She tucked one of his hands inside his jacket. He moved it around in there, hemming the whole time. Yeah. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment in that coat.
Uh-huh.
Just as he thought, when he removed his hand, he was grabbing onto something. It was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished a lot of ways and a lot of times. And there were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between other pages to keep them in place. But the thing you noticed the most were the colors, tan with dark brown lines. Tamarack squealed, bounding closer to you. She and you had the same idea at the very same time. It was the paper from the airplane. She flipped open the book, tapped in a slow, considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles, and said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything.
It's my special paper with my notes on it. But it's not in my notebook. It was in your pocket. You must have done the thing that's sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff in the blink of an eye while I was standing right here. So you're a magician. Or a pickpocket. That's all it could be.
He shifted on his
I love
feet,
him because he
putting
just
one
doesn't
hand
realize.
to his hip and using the
Oof.
other to make a waggling gesture with the notebook. Chi was really confident in his accusation against you.
Can you show me how you do it?
But that wavy motion Key did was too much for the old notebook. It bent in half upwards and downwards with the momentum of its own owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out. They drifted to the ground lightly, the same way leaves fell from the tree. You stared right at them, sitting there freely like that. She didn't. I already showed you my trick. You didn't notice, but look at the ground.
Huh?
She's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook over his head and twisted his feet outwards more to fully clear his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing pages.
Wow, thanks.
In the middle of talking, he dropped his knees to scoot up loose papers. It only took a second for each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his butt and made a little oof sound. From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hands still clutching the paper so he could stand again. With that successful rescue mission done, she delicately flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between different pages. He went all the way to the end. Then Chi's complete book was pressed shut once more.
Hey, that really helped, Theodore.
A beaming smile directed right into your face almost had you covering your eyes, but before that happened, he looked away. Chi twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made super sure that the entire stack of papers made it back safely this time. You heard a sigh of relief. In an even swooping move, Chi tilted his head back over his shoulder to reveal his face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had that smirk again.
So, did you see that? I don't lose anything.
Okay.
Yep.
Jay's fun with your reaction came out as a set of snickers. His cheeky mood drifted away once those were done. Jay twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made sure that the notebook made it back to its normal spot. When he tilted his face back towards you, he was quiet and thoughtful. Oh.
This is very mysterious. My paper vanished and 2 new kids appeared in my backyard, all out of nowhere. I don't get it.
I'm your neighbor. I moved into the middle house today.
Oh, the new neighbors. That's right. That's you. It makes so much sense. Except for her.
His
You look
growing
so unimpressed. I love you.
excitement scrunched in confusion. She brought a hand to his chin while also pointing squarely at Tamarack with the other one.
I'm pretty positive there was only gonna be one new kid moving in. Unless you're Theodore's mom.
Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stopping any of the laughter from getting out.
No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Oppa.
Omi and Opa? Never heard of that. Is that another language?
It's German, because they're German.
And they're German. I'm stuck with this. Cool.
Thanks. But they already had a house here. It's the gray one.
Oh. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Opa?
I think so, probably. Omi has really long hair. Oppa has short hair and some of it's on his face. Omi and Oppa mean Grammy and Grandpa.
Yeah,
G bobbed his head up and down with great understanding.
Granny and him have a kid now. Wow.
Then she shook his head side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts.
But if you're just the but if you're just new neighbors, not thieves or sorcerers, how'd you know that was my paper?
I didn't know, not for sure.
What, so you were showing off my notes to everyone you saw in the world?
Uh,
Huh?
You knew it would be a long story, so you took in a huge breath. Tamarak put her fist up eagerly in her own preparation to talk about what she had done. I got here today with my mom. She's waiting for the real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road and a paper airplane hit me in the shoulder, and nobody was there.
It was me. I threw it and ran away. It was great.
I picked it up and opened the plane and saw the stuff written on it. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to give me a message.
But that wasn't me who wrote it.
Right.
And Theodore went to the forest after and I surprised him by jumping out of the leaves.
She nodded along, probably not getting everything you two were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. And then I talked to her about the paper airplane I found, and she told me what we said, that she made the plane but didn't write what was on it. I asked where she got it. Tamarack chimed in again as your story continued to bounce back and forth between the two of you.
Found it on the ground, in the woods. It already had the note, but I didn't think it was important at first. Theodore made me wonder about it. We went out to discover the word writer.
And it was you.
Huh.
She put his hands on his hip as he thought hard about the info he'd learned from you.
You're saying all this was random stuff for fun?
I guess so, but if you are the one who wrote that, how did you know my name? That was on the note, and what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello, go out, hide out, Theodore second. It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
G cracked a smile and flicked out his arm to start his own explanation.
that's just stuff I was gonna do.
Continuing 1 to 3 on his fingers, Chi listed off each part of the letter simply.
Hello, say hi to the people around. Go out, visit the town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout.
Chi stopped the countdown to pat the sturdy wooden wall behind him with pride.
Right here.
Oh, I get it now.
I'm getting it too. Ah, right, yeah. For your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was going to be a kid my age and that his name was Theodore II. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget. And I even took out and read the page just to make sure it'd be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. He just has ADHD, Your Honor. Confirmed in canon.
Paper. Thanks for trying to remember anyway.
You're welcome. I'll remember this time, definitely. That's pretty crazy with the paper airplane. It's really impressive you two put the whole thing together.
He was right. You and Tamarak had now been able to discover the whole story. Oh, good, you were proud of yourself. You didn't get much. Of it. 'It. 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 Okay. But you realized suddenly how late it must have gotten. Your mom would start to worry soon. That wasn't good. Your turning thoughts were put on pause when she suddenly changed the subject.
Hey, Theodore, Tomarak, I'll walk you around back to the front. I want to hang out more.
I should probably see how Mommy and Oppa are. They're pretty old and need help sometimes.
I feel like the dialogue's out of order.
Yeah, we can all go back together.
You relaxed your stance, accepting that this was really over now. Her cheer had extra pizzazz, 'cause she still had that stick to point up high.
Their houses.
While chuckling, she used his fist to enthusiastically punch the air. It matched Tomarak's pose.
Homeward bound.
Going back as successful people.
Yeah.
She had cupped her hands around her mouth to make it extra loud.
We are victorious.
And so you started to walk through the yellowed fall grass to get to the neighborhood again, but you weren't going to be alone there. Tamarock bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with the stick like she was the conductor of a marching band, while Chi came alongside you with even, casual steps. You were returning to the house. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sank away behind the tallest mountains and forced to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger, pulling away from your bodies to reach out to the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm, all while the eyeball chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarak still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer, and sometimes she got away from you again. She used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. She was next to you, but had switched things up so that he was taking large skips backwards. You guessed it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed out the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, of different kind than the one in the backyard.
See, that's the house from the front. It's great. And that's your house, right? The one in the middle. And Granny owns that even farther away one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The sounds of your steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until you came to a stop right in the center of the path you'd arrived. Tamara put both her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around.
I'm coming home.
Tamara spun in place before dashing further along the sidewalk to the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Her bag clunked and jingled at her side the whole way there.
Bye. Oh, sorry.
It's
Okay, this is it.
She pulled out an eager grin.
We've got to meet up again later. See you.
She flipped around to go back the same way he had come with you. He needed to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. He didn't drop any papers this time. You waited there in front of the house in the dimming evening light, watching the two other kids go to their homes right on the same street. It was cool to meet you too. That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the two encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted through your head. Tamarack and Chi. Now you're at the stage where you'll get to set your dynamics with Tamarack and with Chi. Our life now and forever has a specific way of constructing the personalized relationships you have with the two neighbors you grew up with. It's called dynamics. This encompasses how your character and that character feel about one another and how they generally interact with each other. It doesn't determine if your character is shy or confident or sociable or unsociable. That's done through the phrasing, actions you pick, and normal choices. This is only setting how you and the two lids tend to think, approach things on a top-line level. These settings can be the same for both Tamarack and Key, or be entirely different for one over the other. The first part of the dynamic system is what you set your relationship standing. Your chosen relationship standing is always mutual with the other character. It's possible to change your standing at the start of each step, and even at certain points within a step, at least normally. There are some settings that can't be changed once you pick them. The 5 main options for your relationship standing are neighbors, friends, family, crushes, and beloveds. Neighbors means there's someone you know, and it's nothing more meaningful than that. Whether it's still amicable or completely cold or even hostile is up to you. Friends means that you're friends. While on this standing, it's possible to go even deeper and have them be your very best friend. But that's not set on the dynamic screen. It's a normal something. Family means that you truly love them and will always keep them in your life in a fully platonic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps, once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change this setting to anything else once you've picked it. It's completely certain and unwavering. You can bring both Tamarack and Chi into your proverbial family. Crushes means that you and them have crushes on each other. While on this standing, you can keep your feelings a secret and act as though you're only friends, best friends, or it can be known that you're romantically interested. Later in the game, you can also officially go steady with Tamarack or Chi. If you begin dating one of them, your standing on the dynamics will change to partners instead of crushes. It's possible to be crushing on Tamarack or Chi at the same time, and for most of the game, you can only get into an actual romance relationship with one. In Step 4, a polyamorous relationship can be pursued if you want. The way that will work is that Chi and Tamarack would be in a committed platonic relationship with each other and can be in a committed platonic or romantic relationship with MC. Chi and Tamarack won't be romantically involved with each other regardless of the choices the MC makes. If you do date one or both, you can't break up with them. The partner status can't go away once you get it. It is possible to change simply crushes to one of the other options if you want to. Beloveds means that you truly love them and will always keep them in your life in a clearly romantic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps, once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change the setting to anything else once you've picked it. It's completely certain and unwavering. Like crushes, the romantic feelings can be known, a secret, or you can be official partners. If you're at this setting, you'll also unlock the possibility of getting engaged and changing your relationship standing to fiancés. There's no requirements to get married or even date. What you do or don't do with your feelings of love is up to you. The leads will respect your set boundaries. If you're beloveds and make choices where you're hoping to get married but haven't asked yourself, your partner can be the one to propose instead. The MC will accept that proposal by default because the game believes they want that. You can't convince your partner to think marriage is a good idea and then reject them when they pursue it. That's part 1 of dynamics. The second part is expression elements. This is how you and the other character generally interact with each other. Like relationship standing, expression elements are determined separately for Tamarack and for Chi. It doesn't have to be the same for both, but expression elements don't have to be the mutual between your character and Tamarack. They have their own ways of conveying themselves, and your character gets to have theirs. Expression elements are broken down further into 3 meters, with 3 choices per meter. Meter 1: deferring, teamworking, contesting; praising, unassuming, teasing; doting, accepting, admiring. For meter 1, you can use it to determine if your character is a follower or goes with the flow, using deferring, a collaborator or compromiser, using teamworking, or tries to be the leader or decision maker, whether the other person actually wants to follow them or not, using contesting. For meter 2, it determines if your character is the type of person to go out of their way to make comments on the other person and what they do. If not, they're unassuming. If so, the comments can be complimentary, or even flirty if praising, or they can be joking, or giving the other person a hard time if teasing. You get to control the phrasing and tension through choices. Meter 3 can be set to determine how your characters view Tamarack and G. Do they feel like they need to look out for them, or that they're on the same level as each other, or that the other person is more incredible than most? When you first meet Chi and Tamarack in the story, they go with their normal kind of behavior for their interactions with the characters. Because of that, their expression elements are always the same in Step 1. Step 1 G: teamworking, teasing, and doting. Step 1 Tamarack: contesting, praising, accepting. As you spend more time with Tamarack and Chi, they'll get to know your character better, and in each of the next steps, their expression elements can change to match that. If, for example, you're friends with Tamarack and express displeasure whenever she insists on getting her way, she'll notice that. In Step 2, instead of contesting, she could be teamworking with your character, or even deferring, depending on the details. Their connection with your character will develop originally, though in future steps, you'll also have the option of customizing their expression elements if you want to make sure your playthrough has a specific feel. And starting in Step 2, and if you're more than just neighbors, a 4th expression element meter unlocks. Envious of, not jealous, jealous over. Envious of means that one character is envious of the life, appearance, abilities, relationships, or something else of the other person, depending on the specifics involved. Jealous over means that they feel discomfort if they think the other person seems to like someone. Hello, Crow. Thank you for the lurk. I'll drink water and stretch right now. I'm gonna end soon, but thank you for coming. Okay, did I read this? I can't remember. If they think the other person seems to like someone else more, or isn't spending as much time with them as no one such. The jealousy meter does nothing but let you add more negative feelings or relationship, competition, interactions as an extra element of drama to your life. By default, Chi, Tamarack, and you will always be not jealous, which skips all that. You have to choose to customize the expression elements and set them to being jealous in one way or the other for the kind of emotion to crop up. Relationship standing and expression elements, you'll be able to have a truly personal dynamic with Tamarack and with Chi. There are dozens of combos for this step you're in, and when going from step to step, being at crushes in step 3 will be different if you used to be friends than if you were crushing from the start, and so on. You have plenty of options to try out. That ends the dynamic system tutorial. We hope you'll enjoy the connection you create with Tamarack and Chi. Okay, that was a lot. I see.
When I told you you can customize everything in this game, I truly, truly meant it.
Oh wait, is there more? Oh, why not? This is
it's just a tutorial.
Oh, I have to pick one for the middle. I forgot what everything meant. Alright, I think I'm gonna end here. Yeah. 'Cause I'm hungry. Thank you for joining me though, Cactus.
Thanks for having me.
Are you gonna stream? I can raid into you.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, thank you for
I'm probably
joining
gonna
me.
just redo one of my.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I'm probably gonna redo one of my old characters' routes,
Oh,
which is I'm just gonna like stream with a friend because I voice act her.
I see.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. I need to pick outro music. I'll just do this one. Ooh, there's an ad. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you. Let me see if there is anyone I can read that first. Bye bye, Crow. Thank you for coming. It's a good thing you missed the first part of stream because it was a lot of scuff. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's no one. So, bye bye. Let me go to the next screen.